I will begin this video by saying that today we woke up with a Black Monday. And this Black Monday has two different opposite definitions. Two definitions with two different advocators. The one advocator actually defines this Black Monday as the worst day of his life due to the reason that his dreams have been destroyed at this point and we won't have a bull run. The bull run is over and he's crying now because he sold with panic moves at these prices. Like altcoins got hit, Bitcoin came back to $91,000 and the bear market starts now. This is actually what the first category of these advocates of the Black Monday believes. And this kind of theory based upon weak emotions. The other side of the advocates actually defines this Black Monday as one of the biggest discount days of the crypto space before the massive bull run will play out. And how they know that this is actually one of the biggest opportunities and how they know that the bull run will happen eventually, because they base their theories into how the FOMC meeting will react. And why is this important? Because guys, the market will pick out the time that Fed will press the button to print money. And how this can happen? It can happen the time that the Fed will lower the rates. And how do you know, you're going to ask me, Chris, that the Fed will lower the rates? Because it's almost inevitable. Because if you have some basic knowledge, you're going to understand that the current economy status is in a disaster mode. And to save from a further collapse, this kind of disaster mode, it's inevitable. New fresh US dollars to flow into the world. And of course, afterwards, into the markets. So that's what's going to happen. That's a basic knowledge. And you're going to ask me maybe the second question. Why actually we didn't have no change in the previous FOMC meetings? Because there is a theory that I highly believe that if Fed will begin to cut rates aggressively from here and will print money aggressively, we can have actually a huge bull run. But after the bull run, it's going to be a disaster situation, a really disaster situation. So the Fed actually tried to slow the rate cuts to prevent a potential disaster after the money print. And they try with some terms to keep some balances. And another green sign for me that I believe that Fed will definitely print money, and I'm speaking for, of course, lower the rates, is that Donald Trump is pressing the Fed to lower the rates by statements that he wants the rates to come lower. And eventually will come. Everyone knows that, that has some basic knowledge of how economy works and how we can prevent a further bigger collapse. So now you're going to ask me, okay, that's all good, but why now we are dropping? Guys, I'm going to explain to you after basically deleting the mess here. You see that Bitcoin was standing up and above of $100,000. And suddenly we had huge drop after the news of the tariffs. US actually implemented by 1st February tariffs 25% on Mexico and Canada and 10% on China. And that's a temporary drop. The reason that we dropped further is because as Bitcoin was reacting to this kind of news, of course, we are in the stage inside of a cycle that is close to a bull run. So the theories about that the bear market will begin now comes every single day. So on this current scenario that actually Bitcoin began dropping more aggressively, these bear theories come out again and again and again. And of course, that can cause a panic sell mode as it happened. Like began with the tariffs, we had a reasonable correction in the market, and this further correction actually continued with a panic selling of the people who don't have clue about what's going on. And that's why we dropped and we had this free fall from the Bitcoin side down to $91,000. Before we're going to dive into Kaspa, I will actually tell you that I don't believe that Bitcoin will drop below $91,000. If you watched my previous two videos, I told you that the situation here of Bitcoin is looking bad. Like you can see, we broke this uptrend support, and also we went to retest a very huge resistance, previous resistance that now is a support for Bitcoin, and also we broke that. You see here with a confirmation. And I told you that in such a scenario, according to what's going on, we have a probability to move inside of this orange box. I don't see Bitcoin below $91,500. This is the most important support for Bitcoin. In scenario that we're going to break it, that's going to be a terrible situation. Like we're going to have further more bloodbath, but I don't see that to happen, because now these are massive discounts and people are going to buy. The people at least who know what they are doing gonna buy massive amounts. That's why I cannot see further bigger crash. Okay, except if it's gonna happen something that we don't know. Crypto is unexpected. For example, a war from nowhere can of course crash Bitcoin below $91,500. But as we are now, I don't see anything that can drop Bitcoin below $91,000. So that's what I believe from the Bitcoin. And now for the Kaspa. You see Kaspa also got hit alongside with Bitcoin. Bitcoin had the free fall down to $91,000. So Kaspa followed as well this kind of free fall. And actually Kaspa dropped back to even 7 cents. It's crazy that some people panicked and sold Kaspa that low, and probably that can end up as the biggest mistake of their lives, because now the recent price of Kaspa, 10 cents, can be the bottom. Like if you sold inside of this week, probably this can be your worst mistake that you have ever done, to sell on this zone 7 to 8 cents with panic mode. That's the worst thing that probably you have ever done. I believe from here that Kaspa will stay above 10 cents. There is a probability bottom is in it. You're going to see Kaspa consolidating on this zone, 10 cent zone. And also, let's say if the thing's going to get worse, we can have Kaspa back down to 9.3 cents area. I don't count this week as a confirmation candle. Okay, of course, we have many times manipulation moves or panic moves or whatever that you can see big candles with a wick to the downside. The most important factor here is to see the candle, the daily candle, to close with a confirmation. And that's why you see Kaspa immediately, even if it dropped back to 7 cents, immediately bounced back to 10 cents. So to remind you, the important supports, we have an important support of 10 cents, and the most important support here is 9.3 cents that I believe won't break. I give that very few probabilities to break, except if the market got hit from another news and Bitcoin gonna drop below $91,000. So to remind you, the zones, the DCA zones opportunities, 14.5 cents within 10 cents, guys, golden opportunity for Kaspa. 10 cents within 9.3 cents, diamond opportunity. And if you were lucky and you had limit orders, or you were awake and you weren't sleeping like me, and you could buy at this zone from whatever below 9 cents, that's a legendary opportunity. Okay, so that the zones, smart money buy now, fearful money sell, and fearful money never make money. So there is no reason for me to believe that the bull run is over without what's the upcoming FOMC meetings, because guys, this is what is going to happen, and you're gonna stay out of the train and you're gonna watch the other people make money, and you're gonna, of course, live your life that you already live. Of course, there are risks on crypto. This is not financial advice. Do whatever you love. If you want to sell because you cannot handle that, it's acceptable. You can sell, but you need to be aware of what in reality can happen, and you can decide afterwards. Crypto is not for all, and you need to know your capabilities before you act and before you dance the dance of crypto. Because if you don't know the steps of the dance and you're gonna stand up to dance without knowing the steps, you're gonna fall off because the speed of the dance. So I have the majority in my portfolio, Kaspa and Bitcoin, and I sleep like a bird every night because my portfolio don't get that big hit in these type of shakeouts. So this is actually what I would like to tell you guys. I would like to explain to you about this kind of crash situation and why for some people it's disaster and for some others is probably one of the best opportunities in their life. And now for the people who will ask me, Chris, where do you store your Kaspa? Guys, I store my Kaspa in a Tazem wallet. This is what I use. Is the best to store your Kaspa according to my belief. And I highly recommend you to use Tazem because, as you know, self-custody is the only way to store your cryptos with the ultimate safety. Not exchanges, not hot wallets. It's super risky one day to wake up and you won't have your Kaspa or whatever altcoin you got. So you need a cold wallet. Tazem is the best for me. And if you're going to click the link that you're going to find in the description or in the pinned comment, it's going to put you in this page where I recommend you 3-card set. Safety is your priority here. And don't forget in the promo code section to write CryptoChris, Chris with Y, not with I, to grab 10% off in your order. Click the payment method, click order, and sleep safe at night. And for the people who would like to have some extra bonuses in their next purchase, I recommend you guys to go through my links and sign up deposit and all of that stuff. And depends your deposit, you can have up to 8,000 USDT bonus on Mexi and up to $30,000 bonus on Bybit. So free money, why not? And this is where I will close this video, guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will see you all in my next video. Until my next video, Chris out. Bye.